opinion differ on the question of whether we should have the minister terminate the proceeding now, send Meng back to China, and secure the return of the two Canadians. I understand it's controversial. There are those who say it'd be giving into blackmail and to a bully and setting a bad precedent. But this is an unusual case in unusual times. It's a very different case, Matt, than it was in 2018 when it started. Who could have known that a pandemic would delay court proceedings considerably, resulting in longer detention for the two Michaels?
So if you were sitting in the cabinet now, would you approve this?
I would debate it fully. I'd look at all the merits. My own inclination would be, I don't style it as an exchange of prisoners on the bridge. I style it as a decision made by a sovereign country in its own interest, not the interest of China or the United States, but our own interest, to end the proceeding. And I would be inclined to end the proceeding and to say it's in our interest to do that, because our citizens are at grave risk because the virus is again live in China. They're having another outbreak. The pandemic has delayed court proceedings so that their detention is going to be prolonged. The Chinese now have made criminal charges and propose a show trial, put two Canadians on a show trial. And frankly, our entire foreign policy is hostage to this situation.
Well, but that leads to other questions about the foreign policy. One is our relationship with the United States. Canada's stuck between these two enormous countries in the United States and in China. How do you think that is being weighed by the Trudeau government, particularly when it comes to our allies south of the border?
I fully recognize that the Prime Minister and the government are in a very difficult situation with China on the one hand and the U.S. on the other. And ordinarily, in a case like this, you would side with your ally and your biggest trading partner and your friends. But this is not an ordinary case. And I think, let's remember, our relationship with the United States has survived controversies and differences in the past. I was in cabinet when we decided not to join the Americans in Iraq. But they got over that, and we moved on, and they'll get over this. I think that it's a weighing of what is most important to Canada. What would we say if one of those Canadians in custody became ill with the virus during this period? What would happen if something worse?
Is that your